So I mean, just to give context, there is a full blown application process, and people running agencies generally are the ones who are advised to apply, because they would have seen the most complex and biggest use cases across companies and across industries. So I've been there last 4 years, 2018, 19, 20, 21. Sorry, 19 we started. Okay. And so I am the co-founder of Niswey. In case you do not know me still, been doing it, but still, yeah, some of you are new. So I'm the co-founder of Niswey. We are a HubSpot elite partner. Elite is the highest tier of, HubSpot gives these credentials. You go from silver, gold, diamond, blah blah blah, right? So elite is the highest tiering partner a partner can achieve. And as of now, we are the first and the only ones in India. In fact, only ones in Asia as of today. HubSpot elite partner. So that's a little bit of my and HubSpot and Nisway's credentials. HubSpot credentials, I guess we don't need to share. Everybody knows, which is why you're here, right? Last few years we've been doing a lot of topics. We've covered a lot around reporting, around workflows, around integrations, how to build integrations, how to pick up integrations. I think the last one we did last year was about business use cases, where we got a panel of HubSpot customers who were sharing their journeys with HubSpot. Right, in the past we've also got HubSpot customers to speak about their HubSpot journey. Right, we've had people who spent 2 3 4 years across various hubs of HubSpot, and then how they've learned, how they've grown, how their organization has changed. Right, so those are the kinds of things that as professionals we want to learn from others. Right, how are people doing it, what can we learn from others, how can we do it better. Right, those are always the questions when we are using the tools. Right, and as HubSpot has also grown, so we've grown from having just marketing use cases to sales use cases to CMS. Like I said earlier, integrations, complex integrations, building it, choosing which ones to use. Right, and probably in the next few ones we will also be covering a lot around Service Hub, because that has definitely grown a lot, especially with the March release of HubSpot Service Hub. A lot of new features. So coming few weeks we will be discussing all of that as well. So yeah, so a lot of learning happening, a lot of knowledge sharing happening. I am just so glad that all of you are here. Want to just shows that everybody wants to learn and grow together. I mean, that's just very clear indicator for that. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining. Quick question: anybody who's not used HubSpot yet, just show of hand or anything might help. um, you can also use emojis or raise hands, things like that. uh, okay, I guess not. Guess everybody is a user or has used in the past. Good. Great. Makes our job easier, right? um, what else? So how many of you are attending the Hug event for the first time actually? um, and again, you can use a raise hands. Good. I can see Ankita's hand. Thankfully she has video on. Oh wow, a lot of people. uh, hmm. Okay. Quite a lot of people. Sorry, I didn't expect that. Okay, good. That's also amazing, because it just shows that the community is growing. Once you've registered, you will be enrolled. I think for the next event announcements. Don't worry, we don't spam. We don't do anything. In fact, the tool does not even allow us to spam. So don't worry on any of that. Even if we wanted to, we can't do anything. So basically you will get invites for the next events, and like I said, there are four events a year. So you get to just learn and grow together. There are also Hug Delhi has a Twitter handle, a LinkedIn group, social media presence obviously there. And uh, you can obviously even after the event today, you can post questions there if you have, or let's learn more from the community. Yeah, that's the idea. uh, Good. So that's just some context of what a Hug event is and what we're going to do. Uh, yeah. So today we have Sidharth from our team. Um, he's going to. So Sidharth leads our customer success. He's been around for a year or a little more than a year now with us, and he's been solving a lot of complex use cases for various organizations. In the last 1 year, in fact, we've seen a lot of enterprises moving to HubSpot. uh, so what we have realized is that a lot of people now need more customizations, more complex use cases to be solved. Right. So those are the things that we've been seeing last few years, and so we thought, let us get around it, let us talk about it. What are the complex things we are solving through HubSpot, and in the process, obviously, one is that you can figure out in the process, maybe some use cases work for you. You may want to incorporate, or it may give you new ideas on how other people are using, and you may want to incorporate some of that into your business as well, right? So that is the whole idea, and that is why that is how we came up with the topic, that given what we've learned in the last year, I thought it's a good time to share with everybody that what we've learned and what you may want to learn as well. Yeah, so that is the whole journey. Shubkant is saying, okay, yeah, we'll share the social media channels. Yes, we'll put it in the chat here in a bit. Thanks for asking, actually. Yeah, like I said, doing it every season, I don't even remember, what things we should share new. Some of the things are just, given in my head that, okay, people would know all of this. Okay, cool. I think enough context setting. We are at 4:13, and generally we try to wind up by 5 India time. In just in case I see some people outside of India as well. So yeah, India time we generally try to wind up by 5. Sometimes maybe a few questions, and we may just take another 5-10 minutes extra. So that's what we plan, and I think without any further delay, let's get to it. Sidharth, I think over to you.
Thank you so much. Hi everyone, welcome to the session today. I am Sidharth, and I'm a customer success manager here at Niswey. Welcome again to the event, and please allow me, I'll share my screen and we'll head towards it. So today we are going to discuss about, right, so first of all, welcome to the HubSpot user group event, New Delhi, April 2022. As Abhinav already said that this is the first event of the year. So I'm glad I'm here with you. And this is the first event I am here as a speaker. So thank you so much for the opportunity, Abhinav, Niswey, and HubSpot. So I am a customer success manager over here at Niswey. And the recording of the session will be shared with all of you after the session today, or maximum by tomorrow, so that you can go through the recording whenever you wish like. And the topic for today's event is advanced lead scoring and workflows on HubSpot. So there are some new workflows which are available, or types of workflows, or new actions which are available in HubSpot in workflows, sorry. So we will be going through them today. And lead scoring has been in last 1 year, I have seen a lot of new organizations pushing towards the lead scoring. They are looking forward to adopt it. They are trying to find different reasons or different ways how they can cater leads on the basis of attributes or actions. So whatever we have learned during the year, we are going to share that today through our event. And let's start the journey in that case. All right, so agenda for today will be the introduction to the lead scoring, how to do the research before we set up the lead scoring in HubSpot, then the new types and actions which are available in workflows will be discussed. And let's start talking about lead scoring in that case. All right, so lead scoring is basically a prioritization engine, or a prioritization through numbering, which we create in HubSpot to rank our leads based on how likely they are to purchase our product or services, which we are trying to push or which we are trying to sell. So there are a lot of attributes and actions through which you will immediately know which are the leads that would need another push to make the purchase versus the ones which are ready to close right now. So Today, we will be discussing about how to identify those actions and how to manage those attributes. So first, we will be discussing or talking about the qualifying criteria. So how to create a qualifying criteria. So I've created an Excel around it so that you can sit with your team and discuss around what kind of attributes. First, we are talking about attributes. What attributes are important to you and how you can manage their scoring. Like how you can discuss, how you can create such a criteria first or create a research document around it. So I've taken an attribute for an example, which is an estimated size of a company. So let's say you target the companies on the basis, or you target the size of the company is one of the criterias of your targeting. So how to weigh the number of employees or the estimated size of the company. So if you say that your product is more suitable towards the company size, which is of 50 to 100 people. So in that case, I would suggest you to have an attribute or a property, which will be what is the estimated size of the company. And then you can have attributes accordingly. So 0 to 20, if the size of the organization you're targeting is 0 to 20, and the weighing of your property is 5 points, and the opportunity score is 0 to 20, so you can select one, and the total score for this attribute will be 5. Then if the size of the company you're targeting is, let's say, 50 to 100, then the opportunity factor score of this estimation will be 3. So over here, I have scaled the number of estimated employees. So the scaling number will be multiplied by the weight and will create a total score. So if it falls into the first category, the total score will remain 5. If it is in the second category, it will be 10. If it is in the third category, it will be 15. So if it is more suitable for the product which you're trying to sell is more suitable towards the bigger organizations, then you can create a scoring accordingly, and you can replicate this method in the HubSpot scoring or lead scoring criteria in HubSpot. So this is how you can do a research around all the attributes which you will be implying or using while targeting your audience or creating a segment for your product. All right, so the second qualifying criteria which we have is actions. So I'll take you back to the Excel and let's talk about actions. So there are a lot of actions available in HubSpot nowadays. If you'd have noticed, even in lists, even in workflows, or if you just go to properties and try to create a lead score, you will be able to find a lot of criterias available over there now. So some of them are the old ones, but quite important. So if the contact has received your email, you are looking forward to weigh it, that the email address to which you have sent the email is authenticated, like the email got delivered. If the contact opened the email, if the contact clicked on a link in the email. So let's say you're sending out an invite for an event, and if that person clicked on the email, you can again send him her another email if they have not filled the form. So you can send an email like, we saw that you are interested in the event, but you have still not filled the form to connect or to be with us on the event. So that is how you can, like, this action can come in handy when you are, talking or creating a lead score. So if the contact has clicked on a link in the email, this is an action which gets notified to us. If the contact has replied to an email, if the contact has seen the CTA. So even on our website, on our Niswey's website, we have a lot of CTAs. So as you see this website, this is our website. And if you see this learn more, join us buttons, they all are CTAs, which we have deployed on our website. So if somebody's seeing all the CTAs and they are looking forward to it, later on they fill a form on our website, we do get like not a notification, but we can do a lead scoring on. So if they click on the CTA, that gets notified in the CRM. One of the new and the main actions which come very handy in qualifying a lead as a hot lead would be that the last marketing email was opened in last 7 days. So if that person is interested in your product, and if it is checking out the emails or the notifications which you're sending them, that is a big win. So if they are checking out the emails, you can create a criteria on that open date of the last marketing email. If they click within the last 5 days, you can also have a trigger based on it, followed by the last marketing email reply within last 5 days. You can also have a trigger based on it. So you would see that I have weights around it, and I am weighing last marketing email reply within last 5 days as 20. So if somebody is replying to my email, I genuinely want that lead to be qualified and sent over to the sales team so that they can follow up that lead. Then we do use a lot of
Siddharth, sorry
customizations.
to interrupt. Do you
Yeah,
mind zooming in a little bit, increasing maybe the spreadsheet,
sure.
just a little bit, because 125. Okay, that's perfect.
Is it better?
Yeah, much better. Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So if any of my clients is visiting my or replying to my email in last 5 days, I just want to get in touch with that lead like within next 2 hours. So I would love to qualify such a lead, and we can manage that through weighing them a little more according to the actions. So you would say that there are some actions which are weighted higher than others according to their priority and conversion chances, which I assume. Then there are a lot of customizations available in our CRMs. So even if I have a customization available, or if I have any product integrated with my CRM or HubSpot, I can also weigh them. I can also, notice, or I can also increase the lead score according to their activities connected to my integrations. So in case you have a call setup integrated, you can add weighing on that basis as well. And the last but not the least, our most famous, the chat tool, which we are using nowadays highly. So if you have your WhatsApp integrated to your system with your HubSpot, and somebody is trying to reach you through WhatsApp as well, you can actually weigh them high and try and convert the lead ASAP. So the total weighing which I have created as an example is of 115 points. And I've also created a criteria that if the scoring is between 16 and 45 or less than 45, just do not pursue the lead. It's not really ready to be converted. If it is 45 to 60, we can still ask our marketing team to, prioritize these leads because they are warm leads and futuristically we can convert them. But if a lead scores more than 60, I just want my team to get on it. Just pursue the lead. It is a hot lead, and I would love to convert that lead for us. So this is how you can brainstorm around different actions. And this is just a very small example of the actions which are available in HubSpot. If you can think of a criteria, there is a 99.9% chance that you will find that criteria in HubSpot. I'm not saying you'll find 100%, but there is a very high likeliness that you will find that criteria in HubSpot. So I would request you to just get on lead scoring and try and find the criteria which you think will suit your market or your segment of customers. All right, so enough about how we can create a qualifying criteria. Moving forward, I came across a study by HubSpot itself, how reduced response time is acting as a key to closing more deals. So according to the study, 37% of the companies respond to their leads within an hour. Rest of the 63% of the companies take up to 24 hours, or they never respond to the leads. So I won't say that, this is something which is wrong on the organization's part. It's just that there is a challenge we generally do not see between our two teams, which or who has to communicate. So if I have a digital marketing team running ads on Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, they will run the ads, and people who fill the form, that data, like the data of the people who have filled the form today, will reach to my sales team tomorrow. Because my digital marketing team is not that keen into closing the deals. They don't have that target of closing or converting those leads into the customers. Their target is only to generate those leads, make these people fill the form. They are only concerned about getting the forms filled. But if you reduce that time, if you make sure that the leads which are coming into your portal or which are being filled on your social media platforms, on your ads, to the sales team within an hour, like, we have seen a boom in that section. We have seen leads being closed up to 20% higher than before if this time management or the response time is reduced by our clients. So for an example, if I also am looking forward to get some service and I fill forms of maybe 8 or 9 different organizations, I talk mostly, or I give most of the time to the initial 2 or 3 people. The people who call me next day, I've already made up my mind. I've got the new things. I've already communicated to 3 people for over an hour or 2 hours. I'm really not interested in spending that much of time on the next day as well. So if you're not in the first 37% of the companies who respond to their leads within an hour, I would say that, there is a hill to climb, and there are people who are making full utilization of it. And, by just calling them within an hour is not the only thing which you should be concerned about. Qualifying that lead, knowing that lead is ready to be converted, is also a key, which we were discussing above in the qualifying criteria. All right, so story so far. So we have decided that we will follow the lead scoring in HubSpot. We have created a qualifying criteria as we were discussing things in Excel. Now what next? Now we have to get in HubSpot and start creating the lead score. Now let's talk about the lead scoring based on attribute. So is the company of the right size? If the contact's designation is a good fit, that is also one of the major criteria and important things which companies follow nowadays. If the location of the company is serviceable, so not all the organizations are doing online business. Everything is not a subscription. There are a lot of organizations out there like car companies, window companies, who actually have to deliver the physical product. So is the location of the company to whom you're selling or to the home, is that location serviceable? That is also a very important criteria according to me. And there are a lot of other questions or other criterias which would be coming to your mind already. So without wasting or without hovering around, let's see how to create the criteria in HubSpot. So as you log into HubSpot, this is the home screen. You go to settings, In settings, on the left-hand side, you find properties. In properties, you can create a property. Test. And please ensure that over here, you're looking for score. So I just wanted to show you this so that you're not land up finding other properties, or you just say that there is no lead score or lead scoring property available in HubSpot. So I just wanted to share this with you. Once you create a score property over here in values, this is how the window comes up like. So as we have been talking about the criteria of attributes, so the multiplication of the attribute will not happen automatically in HubSpot. You will have to calculate the score and add it here. So if the company size is 0 to 20, so I created a property named company size test. It was a drop-down property and all the options were there in it. Then I started using that property in lead score or score as a property, which is in HubSpot. And I rated that if my qualifying team or my sales team, after receiving the query or lead through the form, fills the information about that contact, that the company size in which this contact works is 0 to 20, then add a score of 5. If the company size is between 20 to 50, it should be scored 10. If it is 50 to 100, it should be scored 15. And on, you can create scoring according to your liking. So this is how we will be able to score and we will be able to manage attributes in HubSpot or the properties in HubSpot in respect to scoring. Now going back to our presentation. So this is how we manage the attributes, and after attributes, next is actions. So there are a lot of actions nowadays available. So I just showed you how we at Niswey are using CTAs, which are being viewed or clicked, and that information is actually available in HubSpot. If you will just go to the section which says marketing and find CTAs in lead generation, you will be able to see all the CTAs which you have created, how many times they have viewed, how many times they have been clicked. All the data is already available in HubSpot individually as well. You can study that if you wish to, and you can use it over here in lead scoring, how CTAs are viewed, how they are clicked, if the WhatsApp was sent by the contact, or if the contact responded to our WhatsApp, if the contact called us, if the contact replied to our email, clicked on a link, and many more options are available, or the actions are there which we can cater, which we can capture in HubSpot, and accordingly we can create our lead score. So how we score all these properties is available right here. So on the left hand side, you would see that if the score, or if the person has marketing contact has received the email, if it was delivered, I have scored them 5. Then if they open the email, they get additional points of 5. If they click any link in the email, they get additional score of 10. And if they reply to the email, they get a score of 20. So if they are replying to my email, that means they are highly interested in the product or the services about which I'm talking in the email. So I actually want to give them a high score over here, so that as soon as they are replying to my email, the lead should reach my sales team ASAP and they should be on it. Then moving further down, if they have viewed any of my CTAs, then there is a score of 5. If they have clicked on any of my CTAs on the website, then there is a higher score. And the most important, or the things which will actually make a difference, if they have actually opened your email in last 7 days, there is an addition. If they have clicked on a link in the email in last 5 days, if they have replied to the email within last 5 days. So everything is being captured. And automatically, so if the contact replied to your email, it's a high priority lead only for 5 days. It will actually move out if you create a high scoring list or any view for the contacts which have X score or above X score. So if you create the view, after 5 days, the lead will automatically move out of that view. The sales team will stop calling that person. There's a good chance that they would have purchased it, but even if they have not, the lead will not be a hot lead anymore. So you don't have to worry about that the customer is being worked up a lot, because the customer will move out of the list in next 5 days. So the sales team will automatically stop calling them. And these points, these scores, so when we're talking about the attributes, it will be either one of them. So it will be, maybe it will get 15 or 10 or 5, right? But when we are talking about actions, he or she can qualify, the contact can qualify for multiple scorings. So there is a good chance that he would have replied to you in last 5 days. So they get a scoring of 20. Plus they would have clicked on the email in last 5 days, like any link in the email. So they will get an additional 10. Plus they would have opened the email in last 7 days. So they will get additional 5 as a score. So this is a difference, a major difference between the lead scoring based on attribute and actions. So this is something which you will have to take care of and ensure that you are managing this properly. And it's not only about the positive scoring, which we can do in HubSpot. On the right-hand side, you would see that we can also do a negative scoring. So if that person has not visited my website in last 7 days, I will score them a -10. As soon as they visit my website, this -10 will be removed from their lead score. So it will automatically push them a little upwards, or they will have a good score, and my sales team can start, try and get in touch with them. So this is how we can create a positive list and a negative list for the lead scoring. Right? If you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop in the questions. Please feel free to drop in the questions to the chat, in the chat. We will be glad to answer your queries. And all right, so we are back to the presentation. As we move forward from the lead scoring based on actions, let's talk about what all can happen in HubSpot other than just scoring. So like related to scoring, as you launch lead scoring, so 3 things which you should know: that the scoring is available for contacts, for deals, and for companies. All these 3 scorings are individual. They are not connected to each other, and they qualify for the actions individually. You can have different lead scorings for different type of your sales teams or the teams which are managing the leads. So let's see an example that how it works. All right, so this is my contact, and this is the lead score over here. So what I'm trying to do here is that I'm looking forward to increase my lead score so that I can qualify for a criteria. So what I have done is that I have got a score of 30. And after getting a score of 30, I have clicked on the email, and I've also replied to the email. So soon, in next 30 seconds or maybe 50 seconds, the HubSpot will be able to recognize that the email which was sent to this contact was read, clicked, and replied. So this is a live test. Please, if the score doesn't increase, please don't mind that. You can all come back to me again. We can make sure that we do the lead scoring properly. and make it work, because chances of such an action can fail at times. Voila. All right. So my lead score has increased to 80 from 30. So all what I did was that I replied to the email, I clicked on the email, I opened the email. And HubSpot was able to recognize that these actions are done. And on the basis of actions, the lead scoring has been increased. All right, so coming back to the presentation, the last thing which I would like to bring up to you is that this workflow. So we have been talking about how to reduce the time, how we can make sure that the sales team is on the correct lead as soon as possible. So this is the workflow which can make that happen. This will reduce your dependence on your additional marketing team or whichever team is responsible for generating the leads. As soon as a form is filled, the lead score is more than 30. Automatically, the email will be triggered to the sales team at that very moment. Within next 60 seconds, they'll have an email or an in-app notification that there is a new lead available for you to call. They can hop on that lead, ensure that they can close or they close it as soon as possible. So we have seen good jumps and we have seen an increase, a good increase in closings after applying lead scoring and such workflows together in or with our clients. So this is something which is highly recommended, and please let us know if you need any help or if you need to discuss anything around these things or lead scoring. All right, so back to the presentation. So now we know what all is there around lead scoring. As we move forward, after lead scoring, the major updates or the topics for today are the new actions which are available in HubSpot. So the new actions which are available in HubSpot is like delay until an event happens. So let's take an example. I sent out 1,000 marketing emails, but I want to send the second email or notify my sales team on the basis of an event. That means if they have opened or clicked the email, only then they will receive my second email, or my sales team will be notified that this might be an interested party. So, try and get in touch with the lead. So as we are talking about delay until event happens, I have created a sample workflow. Please allow me a quick minute to share that with you. All right, so here we are. So over here in this workflow, as you can see, I have used the criteria of delay until an event happens. So where is this button available? It is available in actions. In actions, you would see this third button from the top in delay section, delay until event happens. Right, so over here, as we see, if a contact is created, it is assigned to an owner. After being assigned to an owner, a task is created. And delay is assigned, or a delay is applied for 2 days. Even if after 2 days, the task which was assigned to the contact owner is still pending, then we are sending in another email to that person that the task is still pending. Please check the same. Otherwise, the workflow will stop after 2 days over here. The maximum delay which you can add in a workflow is for 1,820 days or 25 days, which comes somewhere around 6 years. So yeah, that's the maximum time of delay which can be set up in the workflow. And just to show you how this button works internally, as we click on delay until event happens. So if the contact is in workflow, we can select events like page visit, form submitted, property value change, reply to email, which is a new hype, clicked link in the email, opened email, and output from earlier actions is also available, and in events. So it will automatically detect the actions which have already happened. And then it will suggest you that if the property has changed, if the property value has changed, accordingly, you want to take which action. So you can create such workflows and manage your daily tasks on the basis of events which happen in the organization. Moving forward, back to our presentation. So the second new action which is available over here in workflows is value equals branch. So trust me, if 6 months back this button would have been available, it would have saved at least 30 hours of my time. For a client, I had to create branches for 736 drop-down options, which is something, very easy now in HubSpot. So let me show you how this button works. So I'll just delete this action. Apologies for the action as it was there. All right. So if the contact ID is known and I want to create an action, I want to create branch for each and every option which is available in that property. So what will I do? Earlier, I used to create an if and then branch for each and every drop-down option which was there in the property. But now, all I need to do is click on action, go to value equals branch, choose the property, create a separate branch for each value in this property. So there are somewhere around 46 properties or 46 updates in the dropdown in this property. All I have to click on yes, next, and click on save. And voila, all the branches are here. I manually created 736 branches. That work is so easy now. So this is a real time saver, even if you have 10 options, which like a lot of organizations have, we at least have on an average of 5 products. So creating if and then branch for different 5 products will take some around 3-4 minutes. It will just reduce your time to half. It will be done in like 2 minutes moving forward. So one of the best features which I've found in latest updates. So this is something which you can use. And apologies for this alert. This alert is coming because the 47th property doesn't have a value. All right, so there is nothing else, so don't worry about it. Let's get back to the presentation. So as we go back to the presentation, we have the new type available. So there are some types of workflows which are new and they are available in HubSpot. Now, so the first which we will be talking about is schedule. Now the schedule option comes in the contact-based workflows only. So just to show you, like it comes at a place which we generally miss a lot of times. So if you're here, click and start from scratch, contact-based, and it's here, schedule. So we have to click this option and then we move forward to create workflow. This is how then the schedule trigger or the date which we can select. Just checking that we are on the correct workflow. All right. So you can select the dates for the month or for the week or for the year on which you want to do scheduled actions or repeat the actions again and again. So people who are there in subscription business, now this is something which will make their life a lot easier. So if that contact became a customer, then on every 25th and 28th, you want to check that their payment is done or not. If not, you can send them a reminder. This is a test email, so you will not be able to, like the heading or the subject is not related, so please ignore that. But if you are in subscription business, this workflow will make your life easier. It will make your subscription management easier. It will take a lot of load away from your support or customer success team, who has to manage the follow-ups, or who has to manage different workflows on the basis of different actions which are being done at the moment by your clients. So this is one use case where you can use scheduled payment reminders or scheduled contact workflow. I'm sure that you would have some ideas or some different use cases in your mind already, how you can use that. And I'm just looking forward to catch up with you guys soon again, so that you can share how you used this workflow in your daily or in your products or in your organization routines. Right, so moving up to the presentation again and towards the last workflow type which we are going to discuss today, that happens to be a conversation-based workflow. So now we have a new tab available, and we can create a new type of workflow altogether. That is the conversation-based workflow. These are the options which we get in this new type of workflow. So you will be able to find it as you click on workflows on the left-hand side, click on start from scratch, and scroll towards the bottom. Towards the bottom, you will find conversation-based workflow. As you click on it, you will be able to come to the screen. You will be able to select a trigger for the type or the kind of workflow, or the trigger on the basis of you want to create the workflow. So once you select or create the enrollment trigger, over here, what I've done is that conversation status is open. So that means in my conversation inbox, through any of the means, through Facebook, through forms, through email, or through the chatbot, a conversation got started. And the first response date is unknown. Like nobody from my team replied to it. I added a delay for 1 day that I give my team 24 hours to reply to it. Then there is if and then branches. If they didn't reply, then an email will be sent to the owner after 24 hours. There is a delay of 8 hours, and after 8 hours, it will again check. And if still the first response is missing, then after 32 hours, it will send an email again to the owner and to the first owner or the manager, as you wish to choose and you wish to make the workflow as. If they did reply, nothing. If none met, then there is no step further. So this is how you will be able to manage your queries. You will be able to ensure that your team is replying to your clients. It will take a lot of follow-ups off your head. They will be automated through HubSpot, and they will be notified to you only when it is required or it's urgent. So that concludes our conversation-based workflows. Apologies. Sure. These are some resources on how to get started with workflows. if by any chance you are new to HubSpot. Then 10 types of workflows which you should have, like they are the must. You should go through them, just check out the use cases. If any of them suits your requirement, there is already a set or image available so that you can follow the steps and create your own workflow. And thank you so much for your time today. I hope I was not too boring. I was able to communicate the message properly today, and you were able to understand the things we discussed.
Thanks, Sid. Lots of questions in the messages chat, so you may want to take that up.
All right. So apologies as I was speaking and was
no worries.
looking at the presentation, so was not able to cater the questions at that very moment. Can you please help me from where I should start, like from the top or something?
I guess, yeah. I mean, I think the
All
first
right,
one
so
is answered, but yeah, from next one.
Okay, so Stefan, I'm so sorry for the wrong pronunciation, to Mr. Gersik. So yes, I will share the Excel sheet with you. It will be a Google sheet. You can just copy and save it. That'll be all. Then we have Chris. Right, that's a direct message to me, so I don't think you guys would be able to read. So are you going to share the deck and recording, please? Recording, please. Yes, Chris, we will be sharing the deck and the recording with you as well. If you have filled the form, we already have your email address, but I'll make sure that I save your email address as well. Yeah, just to ensure that you receive the recording. Then we have Jagjot, right? Hi. So we should keep on adding the score based on actions or have some restart button after some time to ensure we target the right customers. All right, so no, you have to create the scoring from a basic criteria, right? From like a neutral place. You cannot reset the score. The actions are already there, stored in HubSpot. Even after 6-10 years, if you're using the HubSpot, it will still have all your actions stored, which were there 10 years ago. So you cannot restart the scoring. You just have to create the scoring in that way that it is able to target the right customers. That means you are scoring the type of industry they're working in, the size of the organization, and whatever the correct criteria or attribute you are looking forward to target or your intent is. All right, so what if we don't have company size? So that's like one of the 15 different attributes. This is the question from Pankuri. All right, so the company size, if you don't have it, fine. So we have a lot of different attributes available. It's not compulsory to have scoring based on the size of a company. To be very honest, out of 5 different organizations for whom I've created lead scoring, only one used company size. They were all concerned about the profile on which the contact is working or the job title of the contact, what type of industry that contact is working in or that organization is in B2B market, and other attributes like how soon they are replying or seeing my email or how recently they filled the form. So company size is not an important attribute. I'm not saying that it's not an important attribute. It is an important attribute, but you don't have to make your scoring around it. It was just an example. You can try and find your own important attributes for your organization. If not, I'm sure we will be able to accommodate you. Like you can hop in with me for some questions. I'll be glad to answer, check your portal, spend some time with you, just studying around your organization or target customers. Then we have Latha. What's the typical lead scoring measurement range. Is there any best practice? All right, so Lata, the only best practice is to identify the most important actions or attributes you want to focus on. So if I don't want, if my product is something or my target segment is like that, I don't want or I don't care about the industry they work in, all I will do is I will rate highest or maybe 100 to an action which is reply or open my email. So as soon as that person has replied to my email, that qualifies it. So if I'm getting your question correct, so there is no scoring measurement range. No, nada, nothing. My qualifying rate is 30, but I give a score of 100 to the people who reply to my email. So no measurement range. You define that for yourself. And is there any best practice? So yeah, I was talking about for quite a lot of time around qualifying criteria in the Excel. So that is a best practice. You can follow those steps. You can reiterate in your working. You can try to customize it according to your requirement, and it should help you. Yeah, really, it should help you. If it doesn't, please just find me anywhere. I'm there on LinkedIn. I'm here at Niswey, so we'll be glad to have a conversation around that. So the next is Pankuri again. Hi. So the score is for contact or company. All right. So we have all the three types of scorings available. The score which I created was for a contact, but you can create a score for a contact, for a company, for a deal individually, independently. They do not interact to each other, just like properties. So you can have scoring for anything. It is highly dependent on how your sales team or how your marketing team wants to work. So feel free to create multiple score values or properties in all the three directions. All right, so we have Shubhankit. Hi. So how we can track a specific website CTA click on HubSpot for a contact, right? So if you allow me, I will take you to my screen again. I hope that's okay with you, Abhinav.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Just allow me a quick second. I'm sharing my screen. So if I, by mistake share any data, please ensure that it's removed from the recording which we share. I am trying not to, trying very hard around it, but yeah. All right. So if this is your portal, go to marketing. In marketing, go to lead capture, then go to CDA. In CTA, you'll be able to find all your CTAs. You click on the CTA and you'll be able to find that how many views were there for your CTA, what was the click rate, clicks, submission rate, everything is available in HubSpot. If it starts working, you'll find some numbers here and some graphs as well. If I'm correct, yeah, right here. You find some new graphs and everything. So yeah, it's very, very interactive. You should try that. Like, it's not a very difficult thing. Again, we are right here to help you guys out. So let us know. Moving forward, Niswey to everyone. All right. So tweets. That's hard for me. I'm not on Twitter. Okay, Anurag, can you make a recursive loop which send an email depending on the number of times the loop has run, and the email to be sent in different depending on which recursion is happening? Okay, so what we can do is we can create or we can do re-enrollment of the contacts. So we cannot create a loop in HubSpot, emailing loop. That is not allowed. That is restricted. But if that person is doing an action and again on your website, like clicking on the CTA again and again, if that person is clicking on or filling the form again and again, you can definitely have re-enrollment on your workflows. So how that happens is, like, I'm again sharing the screen. In this section, contact enrollment trigger, you select this re-enrollment and you switch this on. So if that person is doing the same action and again, the workflow will take an action on that contact every time that person fills the form or clicks on the CTA or whatever criteria enrollment trigger you have selected. But you cannot create a loop. That's not available. That's restricted. Can you tag your emails with a proper or number which can be used for controlling the flow of workflow? Okay. So tagging your email for the number of times you have sent it. I don't think I understand this question properly. Anurag, if you could write the question again, or if Deepak is there, or if anybody from my team understands this question, if they can help me here, it will be nice. All right, cool. Let's park this question. Deepak, hi.
Hey, hi. Hi everyone. No, Anurag, right now there is no tagging available for emails that you can, use to control which email is going out in a workflow. So that's not available at the moment. For your first question, yeah, precisely what Sidharth mentioned. HubSpot have made workflows in a manner such that you can't build out a loop. We were also trying that for some use case, but essentially, yeah. What if you are able to build out a workflow in a manner that it keeps on running for a particular contact in a loop, that creates a problem for the HubSpot system. So workflows are built in a way that not even by using like two workflows you can create like a loop. So that is also something we have tried to bypass. But even with using two workflows which are feeding into each other, it throws an error in that case. So yeah, essentially, in essence, you are trying to create a loop, and that is not possible. So.
But Deepak, can we create a new property in which we can at least have the number that how many times we have sent an email to this contact?
Yeah, we can
that
have
be
that.
monitored? Yeah.
I mean, the same workflow that you are using, that will basically you send that email, and next action in the workflow could be update that property to increase it by one, basically. Once the email is sent, you increase that property by one.
Thank you. I hope, Anurag, your question got answered. If not, please ask the question again or reframe it for me. Thank you so much. Then we have Chris. Can contact and company scores be used together or in combination? By my knowledge, by far, no, they cannot be. You will be able to copy the scores and then create a calculation on it, but you cannot use them together. Not at all. You can create a whole new property of calculations to merge them somewhere, but you will not be able to combine them in a property, or you cannot use it together. You can create a calculation property for sure, but no combination. I hope that answers your question. Then we have Pankuri. Yes, we can create a score for the existing contact. So the property which I showed you with the contact, my contact in the screen share. So my contact was in the CRM for like almost a year, more than that. But this property of lead score was created yesterday only. So it was able to capture all my actions from last 1 year and create a score on it. Then we have Ankita. Will you be sending the PPT? Yes, we will be. Stephen, thank you. Pleasure's all mine. Chris, great job. Are you sharing the PowerPoint? Adding. All right, so I will not be able to share the workflows which I've created, but the Excel or the PPT will be shared. Ripika, thanks. Pleasure's all mine. Pankuri, it was a nice session, very useful. Pleasure was all mine. Thank you so much. Karan, it was a very nice session. Chris, knowledgeable. Keep it up. Good work. Thank you so much. Heidi, I appreciate this message. Abhinav, thanks, Karan. Yeah, thank you. Lata, thank you. Anurag, can you tag your email with the property, maybe like a number? Thanks a lot for the answer. Yeah, you can add numbers. You can create a property, and whenever you send an email to any contact, you can add a number to that property for each and every contact. That is possible, yes. But you won't be able to tag it with a word or something. No. Numbers, yes, you can. Thanks, Anurag, for
Just want to
joining in.
clarify here, you can't tag the email with a property. I mean, tagging the email with a number won't be possible. You can, yeah, like Anurag we had discussed, you can have a number property separately, which you can increase every time you are sending a email, which you can change every time you're sending an email. Yeah, feel free to maybe comment or clarify. Yeah.
Thank you. Off to you, Abhinav. I'll grab some water.
All right, cool. No, that was amazing. Thanks, Sid. I think, yeah, so I believe everybody's questions are also answered. Yeah, thanks, Bianca. Like we said, we'll be sharing, everything. So you can, share it with your team. The best part is that these recordings help, because you've understood, then you can, go back to your team also and share with them and, discuss and do more things, basically get more ideas. As the team starts thinking together, I think that's when we gain the most value, I believe. Right. So that has been great. I think in general, lead scoring has really evolved in the last 2 years. Workflows have become, more powerful, especially with the conversation stuff. Also, getting into it, I think it's become really more powerful. So it's been a evolving tool. While a couple of years ago, probably 3 years ago, we did a lead scoring session, I think, and it was pretty basic. At least given what we learned today, I want to say that that was pretty basic at that time. Obviously, even that was pretty amazing. But yeah, that's how the tool has been evolving. HubSpot has been adding more features, enabling us to do things more and better and faster, right? So yeah, I guess everybody had something to learn today. So thank you so much for joining. We will be back in about 3 months, probably in July, June or July, one of them. What's April, right? May, June, yeah, probably in June or July. We'll be back with the next event. Obviously, you will be getting the email to register, and yeah, that's about it. I think, yeah, if there's a feedback poll running, yeah, if you can answer, that would be great. And then with that, we will be. This feedback helps us, So I mean, obviously, it is anonymous, but it still gives us some idea that okay, maybe gets us thinking, okay, what can we do better next time, right? So yeah, so if you can just press those buttons and sign that off, I think we'll be good. Yeah, other than that, we're all good. I think, yeah, we are at 5:15 India time, and I think we're pretty sorted in terms of where we wanted to be in terms of time. So thanks, Ed, for ensuring the time was also taken care of. I think a lot of good questions that ensured that we had a good discussion. And with that, yes, this is Abhinav, and we're signing off for today. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.